The views and opinions expressed at Enhanced Down Under are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the official views of the company. Any content provided by our hosts are of their opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything.
Hello everyone, welcome to this special edition of Enhanced Down Under. My name is Carol, I'm a registered migration agent, and today we have a special guest who came all the way from Sydney to be with us here in our DKJ studio in Darwin. Today we have Rowena Matado. Hi Rowena, how are you?
I'm good, thank you for Miss Carol.
Thank you so much for flying all the way from Sydney to Darwin, and tell everyone, when did you arrive?
So I arrived last night.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to be here in Darwin, especially here in your studio. Mm-hmm. It's a cozy feeling. Thank you so much.
So what's the weather like in Sydney at the moment, and how does it compare here?
So when I'm flying back, going here, since weather is just gloomy, a little bit raining, and like bit sunny, but feels hot because it's summer season there. So that's
okay.
why.
So the temperature is pretty much the same?
Yes, that's why. That's why when I arrived here in Darwin, it's like feels like I didn't out in Sydney because the weather in the feels is hot and it's humid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why we asked you to come here for this special edition of our podcast is to discuss your life as a 407 training visa holder. That's actually the title of our podcast today, is life as a 407 training visa holder. And that's what you were for the last how many years did you actually, we'll get right into it, okay? How many years did you hold a 407 training visa?
So 407 is really a 2-year visa span. Mm-hmm. But before that, I waited almost 2 years because when we applied for 407, it was been the beginning as well of pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic.
So that was beginning of 2020 or?
Yes. So because that is the time as well that I'll be graduating with my studies in IT. Mm-hmm. So after that we tried to transition to 407. Then we are processing that one. Then we pass it through the immigration, but we waited for almost 2 years because everything was being shut down.
Yeah.
That's why.
So when you said you were waiting, that meant you were holding a bridging visa A.
Yes.
Okay, because that's what happens when you lodge a new substantive visa, you automatically get a bridging visa A. And I already know the answer to my question, but I'm gonna ask because I want you to provide the answer. While you were holding a bridging visa A, were you working? You were allowed to work, correct?
Yes, because I think the law of government here, if you're going to transition to another visa, but while you're waiting for that because you already lapsed your visa, your old visa, they given you a virgin visa, but still you can work, but in the field of the last visa you got. So while waiting for 407 visa to be granted, I'm in virgin visa A. I can still work, but the difference is you can travel outside Australia while waiting. But you can still travel if you will going to apply for a bridging visa B.
B as in boy.
Yeah, B. So that's why I think that's the perks as well. If you're waiting, then you can still working. Then while waiting, just
Yeah.
work and then
Well, actually, I just want to add to what you said. Everything you said is correct. That you could work, but the main reason you could work full time was that your visa before that was a student visa, right? So you were studying at what courses were you taking during your student visa?
2 years course. It's from diploma of network security to advanced network security. So
Oh,
1
wow,
year
okay.
and then another 1 year for advanced diploma.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to ask more about that later, but
Yeah.
but just to continue, so after you finished your course, that meant you would be out of session,
Yes.
right? Out of your course session. And isn't it when you're out of session, you have unlimited work rights, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
it's just for everyone who's watching. If you're in a student visa, when your course is in session, you can work 24 hours per fortnight. But during out of session or during school breaks, you can work unlimited hours.
Yes.
So it so happened you already completed your course,
Yes.
right? So that's out of session,
Yes.
meaning you can work unlimited
Yes.
hours. And when you applied when we applied the training visa for you, you were given a bridging visa A,
Yes.
and the bridging visa A continued the conditions of your student
Yes.
visa. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means because you could work unlimited hours,
Yeah.
that continued
Yes.
to the bridging visa A.
Yeah.
But if you had held a different visa, like a tourist visa,
Yes.
the conditions of a tourist visa is no work, study for maximum 3 months. So if you were to apply from tourist visa to training visa, the condition of no work and study 3 months, that will continue to the bridging visa A.
If you're enjoying this video clip, don't forget to subscribe so you can catch the rest of the video. Click the link below.
So it really depends what visa you were holding.
Yes. That's true.
That's what I wanted to point out, because I don't want people thinking, oh, I just applied for training visa
Yes.
and I can work.
Yeah.
I can work even while
Yeah.
waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's all different cases.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true. That's why that's why you need to know what visa you're current, and then what visa you were gonna transition, so that at least if you want still to do work, you need to know the restrictions in between the last visa you got while you're in your bridging visa until you got your another visa. That's why it's very good if you got any agent to know how to do a transition in between.
Yeah.
Especially you now.
Yeah,
Miss Carol.
and you were asking a lot of questions. I remember, like you would text me like even.
Yeah, because I don't want to stay here in Australia as unlawful citizen or people here holding a visa. Even though if I'm holding a student, I want also to be work then legally, not just illegal, because of that transitions I choose to. So
Yeah, like I mean, I just want to say that even though you were makulit because Rowena, I remember she would, during the waiting process, she would email me, and if I don't respond by email, she would text me. She would text me even though it's already 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. But I totally understood that that you just wanted to have peace of mind.
Yes.
That's why you're asking a lot of questions, and I also want to apologize if I'm not able to answer straight away, but I do answer eventually.
Really, you answered everything I've asked for, and you also provide me even the not question, but you provided me information that really helps me through this process of 407 visa. Yes, and I
So did
really-
you
if
find that support very helpful
Yes,
throughout
super very helpful through my journey, especially in regards with all the information I got from you, Ma'am Carol.
I'm glad to hear
Yeah.
that.
Hey, want to see the full video? Click the link in the description for exclusive access. Join us now.
So before we go, before I ask you about your life as a 407 training visa holder, I just want to go back to the beginning.
Yes.
Where are you from in the Philippines, our home country, and which area were you from, and how did you decide to come here and study? Yeah, let's start with that.
So yes, so my full name is Rowena Matado, and I'm from Philippines. My originally in Iloilo City. So I graduated.
Okay.
I graduated there, bachelor's degree in information technology, a 4-year course. So after that, I worked there. Then eventually
In Iloilo. So
Yes.
you're Bisaya.
Ilongga.
Ilongga.
Yes,
There's difference.
Kasi Bisaya po is Cebuano.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
So,
Yeah, because
yeah.
I thought you were from Naga or something, because
No
your
po.
agent was a friend of mine.
Yes.
'Cause I wasn't her first agent.
Yes.
For the student visa.
Yes.
I mean, I've known Rowena for the past 5 years.
Yes.
Already.
Yes.
But this is the first time we've actually
met.
face to face.
Yes.
So, I mean, some of you might. I mean, just for everyone watching, I actually have a lot of clients that I've never met in person.
Yes.
But they've already become Australian citizens.
Oh.
But everything is through email and phone call. So Rowena is one of those special ones who's after 5 years, I got to meet her face to face. Yeah.
And I'm so very grateful for that one as well, that we already met. So yeah, I studied there. Then the friend of yours, Miss Carol.
Miss Kathy? Is that
Yes,
Miss
Miss
Kathy?
Kathy. They went there for a educational. I think educational tour.
Exposition or
Yeah,
something?
exposition like that. Then my friend of mine heard that there would be an exposition for a student processing student for Australia, because Australia opens its doors
Yeah.
to international students that wants to study abroad, especially to enhance their skills and abilities in their own field. So we went there, then we talked, then that's the start of my journey. But then we decided to pursue the processing here in Australia, and then be a student visa holder for 2 years. Then because the offer is really good, especially in education here in Australia, and as well in work balance and study and work balance. That's why I decided to pursue to go here in Australia, and I was being granted for a student visa for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the journey all along until I got my student visa for 2 years, then transitioned to 407 right now, and then yeah. So that's all. That's the whole processing that I got here until I met you personally.
From portraits to event coverage, DKJ Photo Studio offers exceptional photography services tailored to your needs. Book your session today and experience the difference with DKJ Studio. Visit us at 590 Mitchell Street, Darwin, NT.
So what year was that when you started the process? Was that 2016?
2018.
When you started the process
Yes.
with Miss Kathy.
Yes.
Yeah. And back then, how long did it take for your student visa to be granted? From the time of lodgement to.
I think, as I remember, I think almost 4 to 6 months. I barely remember, but because I waited a long time, because my
okay.
friend already got her visa grant almost 2 months almost 2 months before mine. Even though I already have a book ticket here, I haven't have my visa grant, but
So what was
timing,
causing the delay? Were you informed? What was causing the delay?
no, they just so the government didn't send emails or anything. They just the agent told me just still waiting. It's still in process. So that's it. Nothing from the government.
Okay. Yeah. I just asked because now it's about 6 months or more when to process student visa.
Yeah, some other friends that I've known, they still waiting for almost a year. They waited for a year for possible those times because Australia just been reopened for immigrants and student visa holders as well. That's why the processing was being take too long. That's why.
So, you back home you studied bachelor in information technology.
Yes.
You studied and completed.
Yes.
That's why when you applied for a student visa, you had to study something that was related
Yes.
to your previous course, hence network security and
Advanced. So first is diploma in network security, then advanced diploma for network security as well. I forgot, but as I know is network security, advanced in network security.
for the advanced diploma, wasn't it like in information technology, advanced in information technology?
I think advanced in network security.
It's still network.
Then diploma in information security. I think for that, but it's all in network security. So advanced and diploma.
So you arrived in Sydney in 2018.
Yes.
Okay. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm a bit under the weather.
Yes, I think it's raining outside, but feels like.
So yeah, it's the wet season in Darwin now.
That's why.
Does it rain also in Sydney?
Yes. 2 days before I went here, it was super rainy, and then it was there's been an accident of hailstorm as well there. So that's why because it's transition from because December is summer in Sydney. So in between that transition, so there would be like storm, super hot, super humid, and then it will rain, and then it will be super cold, and then like 4 seasons in a day or 3 weathers in a day. So that's why.
So I know our topic is 407 training visa, but I just wanted to get a bit of background, your background. What's your family like? Like, do you have brothers and sisters? Is your family business owners in the Philippines? And because I'm just trying to get an idea, like what kind of person would apply for a student visa. So coming from the Philippines.
So we're just two. Me and my sister. I'm the youngest. So yeah, my father is not. We don't have business and anything. My father is just.
In the Philippines.
Yes, in the Philippines, he's just an office staff in the government. So for sponsorship, my cousin sponsored me here to do the study, but with
and your cousins are from the Philippines too, or are they from abroad?
No, in the Philippines as well. But my father sponsored me as well. So 2 of them sponsored me here to study in Australia. So yeah, that's my family background and who sponsored me, and that's why I got the student visa here.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because now it's a lot stricter.
Yes.
Like if I'm sure you're aware that the refusal rate now is a lot higher than it used to be. So anyway, thanks for providing that information. So now let's go on to you have studied your course, you've completed your course. So what was your mindset like? How did you feel once your visa was about to expire. Go back to that stage. How are you feeling then?
Feeling of worriness, of course.
You're starting to worry.
Yeah.
Why were you worried?
Because
If you're excited to see what happens next, subscribe and watch the full video to find out. Click that link.
Before we arrived at applying for a training visa, there were a lot of questions.
yes,
Like at first, you even considered studying again.
Yes.
And you asked me for my opinion and
Yeah.
my advice if you should study. And I remember, well, what were you planning to study? Correct?
Yeah.
And what was your answer then? You were going to study masters or something?
yes, master or bachelor in cybersecurity, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's I think cybersecurity that time is also in line with what I've studied here.
Yeah.
And then that is also a frequent job opportunities in Sydney.
Yeah.
That's why I'm thinking to study that kind of course.
Yeah.
To,
And I think I remember asking you, like, did you really want to study that, or is that something recommended by education agents in Sydney?
yeah.
By subscribing, you'll get exclusive access to watch the full video. Don't wait. Tap that link now for the entire content.
We got to asking questions about, well, what else can you apply for? You asked me if could you apply for a 485 graduate visa, because that was the typical pathway. Well, even up to now, the typical pathway is
If you made it this far and haven't subscribed yet, hit that link now to see the full content.
Whether you're hosting a special event in our function hall, holding meetings or workshops in our adaptable multi-purpose room, collaborating in our shared workspace, or capturing unforgettable moments in our professional photo studio, we have everything you need, all in one place. We are here to help turn your vision into reality. Reach us at 041 015 1547 for details, or visit us at 590 Mitchell Street. DKJ Studio is your creative and event center.
So because you were not eligible for 485, then I asked you, so what's the situation with you at the moment? Are you working? And you said yes. So you have an employer. Do you have a good relationship with them? And you said yes. Are they willing to help you out? And you said yes. And then that's when they became your sponsor for the
Yes.
training visa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how it started.
Yes.
And then by this time, it was already the end of 2019. Because you said when we launched the visa, pandemic happened.
Yes. Yeah, pandemic happens. Then we waited because all of the government agencies shut down.
Yeah.
Even borders as well, right? So they...
Even your work? Did your work shut down during?
No, because I'm in logistics. So it's the...
Oh,
But
it was considered essential
Yes.
services?
yes, and they need IT, that's one, because they do transition as well in their work. Their businesses into what you call this one, online. So I use my network studied there as well, because it's more in computers and so on, and then online. So protecting their own businesses through online is essential for them as well. That's why I'm very blessed that I was not being in the situation that being shut down and no work at all.
So the whole time that you were on the bridging visa, you just stayed with your employer?
Yes, for almost a year as well. Then I changed my employer because those...
Oh, okay. Did you?
Yes.
Okay.
I changed to excel more, because I think that was the time that where their government of Australia is backing up now after the pandemic, the lessons, the restrictions and everything. So we have, because we asked our employer if they could sponsor us for a permanent residency as well. So there's no any chance that time. So we tried to find another employer that could sponsored us, because that's the only, that time, all I know, that's the only pathway that I can use for to stayed here in Australia for a permanent residency. So we've found another job in relation as well in my course of study, and to continue my 407 training visa. That's why.
Okay. So what was it like while you were on a, I just want to compare a 407 versus a 485 visa.
Yeah.
Because that's what a lot of people would are asking about, like how is it different? Because on a 485 visa, you don't need an employer, you don't need a sponsor. You basically apply for it if you studied if you studied eligible courses. You apply for it, and then you are able to work full time, and you're not tied up to any employer. What was it like as a 407 visa holder?
So 407 visa holders, like
were you able to work full time?
yes, I can still work full time because I'm not studying, because that's the thing that you can work full time if you're not studying, but if you're studying, you need to do just of 24 hours work.
Yeah, but this is already the training visa. You already finished the.
Yep.
I mean, once the 407 was granted.
So I still work as long as it's in
line with the training.
Yeah,
in line with the training.
So it feels like the same. Because if you want to change your employer, as long as you find another job that is still in line
with the training activities.
So the information I got from you for the 485 is still the same, but yeah.
So I guess the only difference is with the 485 visa, you can work for anyone. You're not tied up, and the activities that you can do is also, it can be whatever activity. But with a training visa, the activities you can, or the kind of work that you do has to be in line with the training plan that was submitted to immigration. But let me ask you a question. Did you ever get any site visit or inspection from immigration to check if you were performing the activities?
No, because I think in line of ITs, they don't do that one. But for like culinary and industry, in like hospitality, I think they do. Also in engineering, they do.
You mean the checking from immigration, or is that, or you might be mistaking it for skills assessment?
Possible, because in training, no, I don't know immigration checking that one. So
yeah, I just wanted to check because here in Darwin, we've also got some people on training visas, and even like 5 years ago, most of them said they've never been inspected, or site visits if they're actually performing the activities according to the training plan. But even with that, I still advise the visa holders, you can only perform work that's in line with the training plan. Like, just because you're not being checked doesn't mean.
Yeah, true. Because you might never know. Possible they randomly check. So it's better.
So I think you were referring to the skills assessment that's being inspected.
Oh, okay.
Like if someone is applying as a chef.
Oh, okay.
To be they're applying for a skills assessment as a chef, then at the 4th stage of their skills assessment, someone will come and inspect their.
Thank you for correcting.
No, that's fine. So did you find? I mean, the purpose of a training visa is to enhance your skills and to complement the skills you learned from your studies. So ideally, you apply for that when you've completed at least 1 year of full-time study.
Yeah.
And it was very fitting in your case because you just completed 2 years of study.
Yes.
And having a training visa is a chance for you to apply what you have learned in a work setting. That's why it's a workplace based set.
Yes.
Workplace based training.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. That's yeah. It's better like that because at least you really doing you're really applying what you've learned to every industry. So.
And do you feel that you managed to enhance your skills?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, in that terms, but mostly they do work that is just suitable to what you've learned as well. And then eventually, if you want to do more, then you need to study more because it changed every year. So that's why.
For full access to this video, become a subscriber. Don't miss out on the complete content. Hit that link now.
Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, that's my questions in my mind to ask if, because I'm in 408 visa, so what should possibly the next pathway for me if I want to stay here in Australia, if I want to take my dreams as a permanent residence here?
Okay, I'm glad you asked that question because there's really a lot of ways.
You won't want to miss the full video, right? Subscribe today. Click the link below for immediate access. Sign up now.
Is there anyone that you would like to greet, like your family or friends in the Philippines?
So everyone who knows me, please watch and subscribe in the Enhanced NT.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, and you might think to migrate here in Australia as well, especially in Darwin. You can always see Miss Carol, and possibly maybe later on Miss Carol will tell you their where they can be reached out. So hopefully, guys, that you might think. But if you're thinking for an agent, it's Miss Carol. She knows everything.
Thank you, Rowena. Yes, thanks for encouraging our listeners and audience. You guys, you can follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and now our new platform is called Substack, and we have a link somewhere below that you can click on to watch the full video. Give us a thumbs up if you find this podcast helpful. Thank you, Rowena, for guesting in this special edition. It's been a real pleasure meeting you face to face, finally. So that's it for us today. This is Enhanced Down Under. I'm Carol, and thank you for being with us.